we normally are, now you have to come to another.
Okay, I'm gonna call the meeting to order. Thank you all for coming. Sorry we were a minute late. And first order of business is the pledge. Everyone would stand, please. Very good. Very good. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Public comment. I need a motion for the consent agenda for old business.
I make a motion we approve the consent agenda.
Second?
Move in second. Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. At our new business, the first order of business is to administer the oath of office to Pearlie Decker, who's our new trustee in Zone 1. And let me do that?
Sure.
All right. No. It says right there. Kelly Fisher, get over there, trying to pawn that off on me.
Trying to weasel around.
Yeah.
And raise your right hand and make your oath of office, please.
I do swear that I, Pearlie Decker, support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution and the laws of the state of Idaho, and that I will faithfully discharge all the duties of the office of trustee of Lake Pend Oreille School District Number 84 in Varna County, state of Idaho, according to the best of my ability.
Thank you.
I guess I need to sign it.
Welcome to the board, Pearlie. Okay, so before we dissolve the board, I'm going to kind of go over really quick, in case the superintendent has any kind of fantasy on running off with the board when I hand it over to him. So the way Robert's Rules of Order works, when we dissolve the board, we hand the gavel over to superintendent. Superintendent will open for nominations. He'll take nominations, then close nominations, and then we vote on nominations in order of when they were nominated. So if we have more than two, then the first, what?
It's kind of stealing my thunder. I don't have anything to do now.
I'm just making sure that you just don't run off with the gavel. I'm telling you. That's why you're on this side. Okay?
Okay.
And then we go from there. So, I'm dissolving the old board.
Yes.
Yeah, you got those instructions, right? All right.
We're supposed to land in a puddle on the floor. We're being dissolved.
That's
Yeah,
right.
they are.
Well, actually, I've got my cheat sheet, but I forgot my glasses and I didn't know what it said. So, but no. Actually, that's going to be very short. I won't belabor this. I can see it pretty good. Thank you. So I am just going to call for nominations for board chair. Do we have any nominations?
Yeah, I'll nominate Steve again because he's been, I appreciate all the hard work he's done and I admire his ethics and his energy and his enthusiasm.
Thank you. Do we have any other nominations?
Nope.
All right, so we're going to do a roll call, and we'll start on this end with Mr. Decker. So all those in favor say aye.
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 Hi. Or not.
That's easy.
All right, so you have a majority vote, so I guess you get this back.
Thank you very much. Okay, so then we're,
Thankless.
yeah, we're gonna,
Double your salary.
that's right. We're gonna open nominations for vice chair.
I nominate Geraldine Lewis for vice chair.
Okay, any other nominations? Okay, nominations are closed. I guess we'll do a roll call like the superintendent did. Mr. Decker?
Aye.
Geraldine?
Aye.
Joan? Aye. Motion passes. Congratulations to our new vice chair.
Thank you, Joan. Worthy to pass on.
So we need to appoint Lisa Howells as treasurer. I believe that requires a motion, right? Is that
Yes.
correct?
I'd like to make a motion to approve Lisa Halls, appoint Lisa Halls as treasurer for the school board.
Second.
Second. Any questions, discussion? No? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Need a motion to appoint Kelly Fisher as clerk.
I make a motion to appoint Kelly Fisher as clerk of the board.
Second?
Let's move in second. Any comments, questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Appoint Sean Woodward, Lisa Halls, and Kelly Fisher as authorized agents for Lake Pend Oreille School District. I'll need a motion for that.
I make a motion, we appoint Sean, Lisa, and Kelly as our agents of whatever.
Authorized agents for Lake Pend Oreille School District.
Second.
Moving second. Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. You all got a copy of the Code of Ethics for School Board members in your packet. Did everyone have an opportunity to read that?
Yes.
Okay. And so, and this is, we're making this part of our annual meeting at this point in time. So if everyone is good, if there's no further discussion in that regard, everyone please sign them and then hand them in to the clerk, and we'll keep them in our files. Okay, the next thing is declaration of vacant trustee zone 2, which was Barb Oler. She moved out of her district, and on July 1st, tendered her resignation. This is our first meeting since then to be able to declare it open, and we will now accept applications to fill her position. The actual description of that zone is on our website, but to my recollection, it's south of the river, west of 95, until you get to Dufert, and then it's both sides of 95 until you get down to the county line. And we have applications on our website, is that correct, Kelly?
Not yet.
It opens
After tonight, yes.
After tonight. And so when will they be on that website?
Put them on tonight.
Tonight. There we go. It's efficient. So we'll have applications for anyone that lives in that zone. Please, you can mail them, you can drop them off, you can email them, call Kelly if you have any questions, and or myself. Easy to find them on the website, and we can answer any questions and get you to the right place. And what we need to discuss right now as a board is how long we're going to keep that process open, and I want to remind you, so as in Mr. Decker's situation, we went through, the application process wasn't too long, it was maybe 10 days, and then we immediately scheduled an interview, but once we selected the board member, you cannot administer the oath of office until the next board meeting, and it can't be a special board meeting. And so, I'd like to get on it, but at the same time, we live in vacation land and everyone's on vacation. And so, as much as I want to get this thing done, with all due diligence and kind of move it along, I am a little concerned that the word's going to get out.
with Zone 1, we opened it after our Tuesday meeting,
Yes.
where we knew the seat was vacant. We closed it the following Friday,
Correct.
10 days later.
Correct.
And we did interviews.
The following Tuesday.
The following Tuesday.
Right.
How about we just go till the 1st of August and see what happens?
Oh, I don't wanna, it seems like since we just did it, we ought to be consistent and fair.
Let me get my
we did
calendar out here and
post
see
it.
what that means.
Yeah, but it's vacation time.
See, if
It was on the same, it was the exact same time.
if we went till next Friday, that would be the same schedule that you were just, but that's the 29th.
Yes,
And then we would close.
we would close it.
But our next meeting, regularly scheduled meeting, isn't until the 9th.
No, but we were able to,
The 9th. That's our first,
Yeah.
second Tuesday. So that's why I'm
There's
saying
not a
we have some extra time is where I'm going with this.
we haven't, then we would hold interviews on the 9th and swear whomever in on the 23rd, the 4th Tuesday.
Right.
I think that makes sense. I don't know that we should hold it open longer, just in being,
Well, the
People-
circumstances are different. And I'm not hung up on the whole equal thing. I mean, you have to look at the situation. It says, we are on vacation, there's a lot of people on vacation. I don't have anybody in mind, because I just wanna make sure that we get,
And we did
folks-
also post it, put something in the Bee,
Mm-hmm.
and we posted it somewhere.
I
but
still
you know
think
where
we should
posted
do it
it
for
around
the
those
first
other-
of August. I really
Well, that's
do.
Monday, so
Yeah.
that's
That's
not
a Monday, but that's the same as the 29th.
That is,
If we
that's
went to
fine.
if we went to
That's fine.
August 5th, which is Friday, it's actually 2.5 weeks. Because our meeting's on the 9th. So if we cut it off on the 5th, I'm just throwing it out here, gang.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I'm,
That sounds
the-
okay.
if we did that, we would use the meeting of the 9th to hold interviews, make a decision, and then
swearing.
23rd is when.
They would swear in 2 weeks. then.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd prefer to keep it equal, but I'm totally fine with going to the 5th.
I think considering that it's summer, we need to go longer. Okay.
Brody, do you have any?
Any of it?
I have no concerns either way.
So are we good with the 5th?
Yep.
Yeah. That was-
Boss, you're up with the 5th?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
So it'll stay open till the 5th,
Applications open until the 5th.
interview
till-
process on the 9th.
What o'clock until the 5th?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. Till 4 o'clock on the 5th.
Okay?
We'll do interviews, we'll put it on the agenda for the 9th. Let's make sure that the rest of the agenda is not stacked up.
Did we start early for that, or last time?
I think we did.
Yes.
Like an hour?
Yeah.
5 o'clock?
Started at 5, got our business out of the way, and
I
then
think
went.
it'll depend on how many
Well, that's true.
applications we receive.
So we'll know, but, anyway, let's be sensitive to the agenda, so it's not one of these marathon meetings. Okay, is that good? It's a good plan? Everyone's good? All right. I need a motion for the consent agenda for the new business.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda for new business.
Second?
Been moved and second. Any comments, questions for the superintendent? No? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Now we need to approve the board meeting dates for the 2016-17. One of the things that I'll bring, it's in the thing. One of the things I'll bring to your attention, remind everyone that the asterisk for the second meeting is we're holding that date in the event that we need it. There's, and I don't know what our percentage is for that, but it's,
Almost all of them.
I know, we've been using it a lot.
Yeah.
But if we don't have any, in the beginning, I know in August, we're gonna use them September, most likely, because when school starts, we've got a lot of new business that needs to get done. It's probably gonna be more like if we don't need it, then we'll skip it, but we need to reserve the dates.
Yeah.
We can always, I think,
So we need a motion to approve this calendar.
do.
I'll make a motion that we approve the meeting schedule for 2016-17.
It's been moved and second. Any comments, any questions, any more discussion? No? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. And then we need to approve the notice posting locations, which is the LPUSD Administration Office, Sandpoint City Hall, and the Bonner County Courthouse. Kelly, is that the same places we've been posting for
Yes.
Yeah.
the last million years? Okay. So we'll need a motion for that.
I make a motion, we approve the posting the locations for board meetings at the above mentioned.
Okay,
Second.
moved and second. Any more discussion? Nope. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, so, this next item, we already approved and voted on the resolution for the plant facilities election. And then, I can't remember if it was last week or the week before, I think. I got a call from Mike Rosedale, the county clerk, and he said, I think I came up with a typo on your ballot. I go, oh, that's not good. And so it was, to my recollection, you can put it either in mils or you can put it in percentage. But when you put them together, you've got the wrong ask. And so I called Lisa, she huddled with the attorneys, brought the tax commission in, they all went over it. All the same people that had looked at it previously and approved it, okay? And sure enough, everyone had read over this. Thankfully, Mike Rosedale caught it, called, we got it fixed. And so now we need to approve the amended version where it, and if you'll read down the paragraph, and when you get to the point where it says 0.2%, I believe the old one was 0.002, was it 0.002? Yeah, 0.002%. So in other words, the 0.002 is the mill rate,
Yes.
and 2%, okay, so anyway, it's corrected now, the corrected version. It's in alignment with the intent, I should say, and I'm
It's 0.2%, yes.
correct. And so, anyway, that's the change on that. It's been, like I said, Lisa huddled, she did a big conference call with the attorneys, with tax commission, with Mike Rosedale. They all got it, they're all in agreement with the correct way to phrase it. And that's what you see before you.
Okay.
Lisa's not here, she's ill, so I'm kind of pitch hitting here, just because I happen to be familiar with it. So, does anyone have any questions in that regard?
So
Go ahead.
have people already gone and voted?
No. The
On
reason
this?
Mike called is because
Okay.
he had a date, which I don't recall the date. He had a date where he had to have the language that can't be changed because he had to print the absentee ballots.
Yes, okay, so.
And
none
so
of those
he
have
was
gone.
proofing it prior to doing that, and that's when he called. The thing went into action very quickly and was
Okay.
resolved very quickly. And so it was resolved within his time frame, and he was part of that discussion, as was the tax commission, as was the attorneys, and
So nothing false has been printed? Okay.
Only on the trifold sent out by the district.
But that's
we
not
used the
this
same language that
version.
was on the ballot, which was a typo, so we duplicated the typo, so correct.
Yeah. I was
Our
thinking-
numbers are correct. The
No.
statement of the percentage is wrong, but the actual math.
The total.
Yeah, the math numbers were right. So, I will need
So we need
a motion to approve that.
I make a motion to amend the changes to the ballot and election notice.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any more discussion? No. Okay, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. I am going to hand this next item, approval of purchase of 360 Dell 11 Chromebooks, over to our new Director of Technology, Matt. And take it away, Matt.
Okay. So in line with initiative to keep spreading out the one-to-one, we are looking to purchase Chromebooks for the 8th graders at the middle school. We're looking to also purchase Chromebooks to fill up the entire middle school and high school at Clark Fork, and add 40 Chromebooks to LPO. In order to do that, we need to purchase about 360 Chromebooks this year, and we're looking to buy different ones. And you guys can pass these down. The one on the bottom is the current Chromebook that we purchased last year. I think we have 1,290 of those, roughly, the Asus. The Dell is the one that we're looking at now. It's a little smaller, a little lighter, but it's also much more durable. The person who, the salesperson, the rep who brought it, started talking, swept it onto the floor in the middle of the meeting just to prove that it can take a beating. The Asus last year, out of the 1,297, there was about a 25% return rate on warranty. So we
Yeah.
did have warranty work done on quite a bit of it, and all of the insurance money from the high school was spent in addition to other money that we've had to kick in the summer to buy them. So the durability of taking them home has not been as much as we'd like. What we're doing is we're taking the seniors who are there now, we're going to roll their Asus Chromebooks into the 8th grade. They won't be taking them home. So they'll be
Yeah.
in the classroom, they'll be in carts. The durability of the ones that were in carts last year was much better. The ones that go with the high schoolers in Clark Fork that go home, we want to do the Dell Chromebooks because they just seem much more durable. I contacted Coeur d'Alene. Coeur d'Alene purchased 1,000 last year, and they had to have 10 go in for warranty work,
Wow.
and that was it. so much better. In order to do that, there's two ways that we can do it. We can either piggyback on a current contract with the state or go out for an RFP. The state of Idaho has a contract open with Dell for $21 million that covers desktops, servers, tablets, laptops, and one other, I can't remember. This would fall under the laptop and or tablet. I contacted the person who was in charge of the state contract and she sent me back an email and said that this does fall under, we are able to piggyback with it. The Dell representative who sent me the quote also, she continued to drop her quote, and we're able to get these for about $197.75 a piece, I think is what they came back. We're at $219 to start and kept chipping down, and that's again I think that's only less than $10 more than the Asus, and with the warranty costs, I'm thinking it's going to be less. That's the goal.
Right. I have one question, because I'm going from memory, sorry.
Mhm.
So, not that I'm lazy,
No,
but
it's
I
fine,
just don't want to.
and I can read over this too. If you
Right,
would like.
and so, then you talked about the OS, and so were those previous numbers without the OS and for both
Yes.
Asus and the?
Yeah, the OS, the Google Chrome OS, you have to purchase in addition to.
I get that,
And
sometimes,
so the last year, the 187, 189, I wasn't here, I'm just trying to remember from what I was reading through when I first came on board.
Right.
But that was for the Chromebook itself, and again, Google Chrome costs about $25.
Okay.
Dell is selling it to us for $24.70, so they're kicking 30 cents off the Chrome OS in their bid.
Right, and so I had a senior last year that had one, and I was not that impressed. I mean, he treats it really well, and he kept having to bring it in for issues.
My daughter, she had 4 trackpads go out, and she's
Yeah.
very meticulous with how she takes
Right.
care of things too. So
Yeah,
that
and he
was
kept really
an issue.
good, I mean, but it did come home, and he needed it at home. So what's this part about the basket, because, I mean.
That's for the 8th graders?
For the 8th,
Okay.
talking with the staff and the principal of the middle school, they're more comfortable keeping them in the school. They don't want to send them home.
Okay.
Phil at Clark Fork would like to send them home
Right.
with his 7th and 8th graders, and they're going to write a different policy to cover costs to go over that, because I told them that was the main concern.
Right, and so, you're not bringing that part to us, you're just giving us.
Just for the purchase,
Right,
yeah.
because Casey is gonna do what he wants to do there.
Yeah.
And even though if he's gonna collect them, I suspect there could be a case-by-case basis where he would allow some kids because not everybody has a computer at home. I know it sounds weird.
Yeah, and that would be really a policy to talk with Casey, because I'm not sure what their homework policy is. I don't know
Yeah.
what the necessary, how much.
No, it's okay.
you know,
Like,
and I talked with Casey, and that was his comfort level, was to keep them in building.
It's between Casey and the superintendent. It doesn't need to go.
I can tell you that keeping them in building will make them last longer. That's
Okay.
definitely from a cost perspective from the technology department.
Right.
They'll last longer. And so the idea with the Dell is that each year we'll purchase another class and shift those down and find that sweet spot of where the Chromebooks are going to be compared to the iPads.
Got it.
That's our.
What's the life expectancy of these things?
That's actually another document that I'm writing out right now to go over for the end of summer. But the idea is probably 4 to 5 years is the goal, to get 4 to 5 years out of them.
That's good.
I mean, really, each device is different with the iPads. iPads, we're trying 5 to 6 years to get an extra year or 2 out of the iPads, because
So we have a split in the district. We have Chromebooks and iPads.
at first it was Chromebooks and iPads across the board, and starting last year, I think 2 years ago, they did a pilot. Last year, the high school and Clark Fork, I think, got 30, and then this year is kind of completing that, make sure all high schoolers have them, and then start working our way into the middle school. And I
So,
think
but
that the idea is also, we're contemplating right now, talking with elementary school principals about the possibility of going Chromebooks into elementary school as well, to start getting them ready with typing and things at 5th and 6th. There's some benefits, there's benefits to that just in terms of them using a more laptop-like device than an iPad.
Right.
And also the cost savings is significant. It's about $150 difference between device. I mean, 100, I guess with 125, something like that. So,
And then we wouldn't be doing that until they've reached their life expectancy now. We'll use those iPads as long as we
Yeah.
can until,
Right.
but
And Apple has
Phasing
buyback
out.
programs
Yeah.
and other things that we can use.
But aren't there certain applications where the iPad is the better tool?
it depends on which kind of Chromebook that we're utilizing, but there's all kinds of web-based applications with Chromebooks now that weren't there a couple of years ago. As a device that to create presentations and things like that, an iPad is more favorable, but as Matt could tell you, many of the Chromebooks now are also coming with video capabilities and things like that.
And if you look on the side, I think there's an HDMI on both the Chromebooks, so those can be synced up with the projectors in classes. They have multiple USB ports. They're definitely a fuller device than they were when they first came out.
And I think that just this part, as you guys know, I mean, we'll always do the best we can to read the tea leaves around what technology is going to look like in the next couple of years, because we know it's important, because what we get, and we're going to stick with it as long as they're operating. But who knows what'll be here 5-6 years from now? It's
Right.
pretty
You know,
interesting.
Chromebooks went around when the iPads started going into
Yeah.
schools. And so it's kind of in my vision of technology in the district, there's a 2-year fairly hard plan, and then after that, we have to be flexible.
Right.
Because some new device could come out and we don't know. It definitely changes quickly.
I
Okay.
know that when we did the grant for Hope's iPads, went to a workshop with Albertsons Foundation, and some of the schools around the state had gone with the early Chromebooks, and they were a nightmare. And they're much better now than they
Yeah.
were.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely are. So the proposal that I'm bringing tonight is to use the piggyback of the state contract
Mhm.
as opposed to having to go out for the RFP. And that's
Can we do that legally?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I checked with the person who started the contract with the state of Idaho. I also checked with the person at Dell who started the contract. It's I think it started in Minnesota, and it's amended to also be used in Idaho. So it's used across multiple states, and that's really what the intention of having those is for.
Right.
Is
Fine-
for a
it's
state
fine. It's the
agency.
same thing we do with curriculum.
So somebody else actually went out and got the bid, and then you can use that bid to make purchases, even if it's a wide bid like this.
Great, okay.
So, any other questions?
No, that was well done, and it was well written. That's the only question I had,
Okay.
was on the OS.
Okay.
So, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion that approval to purchase 360 Dell 11 Chromebooks.
Second.
Been moved and second. Any more questions for Matt? No?
Thank you, Matt.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate that. Good work. Any announcements?
Thanks, Matt. Matt has done a great job hitting the ground running, and I'm excited as we begin building our budget for our levy coming up here next fall. Matt's really looking at the way we're doing things through a much different lens. I think that you're gonna enjoy the level of detail and research that he's already doing, so I appreciate that. Thursday, I conduct interviews for our homeschool academy. An unbelievable amount of interest and applicants for that. It's a half-time position. Excited to get them on board, because then right when we make that hire, they will immediately begin engaging with the families that have signed up and their children to start building that program in the next 8 weeks or so. So I'll keep you posted on that, but I'm really excited about the applicants so far. So
Great.
that's all I
Well, you
have.
can hire two, right?
Well, right now, we're gonna start with one, half-time, but we'll be pretty flexible with that. If after the end of September, if we double the number of students that are coming in, we're gonna have to hire more.
Wow.
So, but we're gonna start with a half-time, and as we start filling seats, then we can.
Do you know how many applicants you have so far?
For the position, I would say we probably had roughly 20-ish applicants, of which probably 8 or 9 are super qualified, I think there's a level of interest in this position that's different than many of our other positions, because people that want to help build something, and I made it clear, there's a lot of applicants who have called and explained, you're helping build this thing.
Yeah.
they're like, okay, no thanks. Others are like, really? I've always wanted to be a part of something like this, and so those are the kinds of people that are applying. So, yeah.
How many
it.
students?
Roughly right now we have around 13. You know, you never really know until they show up, but that's how many parents with children that I've met with that have committed. And but you know, September rolls around, you never know if the number may go down a little bit, may go up a little bit. Hopefully it'll go up a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Any more announcements? Thank you all for coming. Meeting adjourned.